Darlings, what wants to come in today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing great. I did a little ancestor message yesterday that talked a lot about the divine feminine and the Kundalini energy, which is feminine energy. We talked about that in Pathfinders yesterday. So let's get going today. We have Venus moving into Gemini. That's the next planet that's coming in. And that is all about the divine feminine. So let's see what wants to come through the reading today. It may or may not align. Whatever comes is what we take, right? Chaos and conflict. Yang energy, that is the Ace of Wands. Poised. And building blocks. All right. So under the surface, there can be a lot of chaos and conflict, a lot of things maybe erupting, a lot of triggers happening, or just a lot of like, wow, I'm really seeing things differently. I'm putting things together differently. I'm seeing this story that is driving my life that I never realized was driving my life. I'm seeing something break apart, and it looks like everything is falling apart, but things are really coming together. There is an Ace of Wands coming in, like you're right on the precipice of a brand new day, of building something brand new. And things do have to kind of come apart. It's a 33 card, and that is a teacher card. Very, very interesting. That is a teacher card. So there could be a teacher coming in for you, or a kind of a experience that becomes a teacher. It doesn't have to be a person. Let's see what we want to do here. I am going to start putting some videos over on Souls on Fire. You guys asking great questions, and so I am responding to them. I'm going to do a lot of work with that Souls on Fire channel over the course of the summer. So I'm going to start with talking about healthy twin flame alignments, and we'll see where we go with that. So if you haven't subscribed to Souls on Fire, there's a link in the description box. That's my channel. Yes, it is. No one's copying me there. My apologies to all of you who are getting spammers in the comments. I never do that. I never reach out in comments. I never solicit anything in comments. So just forget about that. Okay. Thank you for all of you who have reported them. 5 of Wands, Page of Swords, 3 of Swords. Look at this crossed arms thing here. Look at this. 4 of Cups. Some of you are resisting a message that's coming in via a person. Look at this. 2 of Swords. Your guides are really trying to reach out to you here. Some of you are blocking the notion. In the past, there might have been some conflict between you and this other person, or in love, or in a relationship of some kind. There might have been conflict in the past. And so messages coming in, and I feel like you're really like, okay, no. This can, especially if it has to do with a love partnership. Some of you, it really has to do with the story you tell yourself around love, that, it's always going to be painful. I don't want this. It's like, really resisting. I have a great life without a love partner. I don't need to invite that kind of drama into my life. And there's something here about learning to align with a story that invites healthy connection. I feel like your guides are really trying to reach out to you. I'm going to get more clarity around that in a second here. Yep, there's 8 of Swords in your head, really in your head. There's the Justice card. Hanged Man. Something that you think is unfair. You might think that there is something out of balance, like I never get what I want. Is that your mantra? Like, I never get what I want. Nothing is working out for me. That needs to change. The story needs to shift fundamentally into a mantra of everything is always working out for me. The universe is always working in my favor. Things are always aligning for me. And, really intending and embracing those intentions. Moon, Page of Wands, 5 of Cups. I'm afraid I always get hurt when I say what I want. And that's a story that followed me too from childhood. that my mother was always like, ooh, don't get disappointed. I don't want you to get disappointed. And so I would hold back on what I really wanted to pursue, because, and I would do kind of half-ass it because I would be afraid of getting disappointed. And I guess what happened? I got disappointed because I wasn't really, there was not a sense that the effort or the journey was the thing. It was always the payoff. Was the payoff good enough for me to put this effort in? And not giving any countenance or not giving any weight to the value of the experience itself, right? Like, okay, so this didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but man, good teacher. Wow, good lesson. Wow, that was helpful. That's a different level of spiritual understanding than I ever grew up with. I was always in that place of like, well, if it didn't turn out the way I wanted, there was nothing valuable about the lesson, which of course is not true. And I guess there's just a feeling here of not really seeing or not really holding yourself back or having a mindset unless things, completely balance out correctly. So there's a sense of here also looking at things from a new perspective and aligning oneself with the journey, aligning with the journey. And some of you, oh, here's the Emperor underneath. Emperor, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and Ace of Pentacles. I like this. Wow, Fool. I can't stop myself. Lovers. Oh my God. What's happening under the surface, the cards that are underneath are always what's happening under the surface. And I just am kind of looking at this like something that you have been wanting to manifest is really sneaking up behind you. See how the Empress is kind of looking away and just very lost in nurturance, lost in taking care of, this could be the inner child, lost in doing the healing work, lost in something that's very Venus-y. Okay, we have Venus moving into Gemini, and Venus moving into Gemini says, like, literally speaks from the heart, right? Gemini, voice, throat chakra. Venus from the heart. Moon is from our heart. Also, our mind is impacted because Moon can be the mind. Moon is about how we think about our feelings, okay? And what's under the surface of things. What's subconscious, what's driving our thought patterns, what's driving us. And I just get this feeling that you may have flipped things around for yourself. That's what this yang energy is. It's about like putting in that spark or embracing the spark of going, hey, that's a different way of looking at things. Thank you very much. That's a very different way of looking at things. And guess what happens? New opportunities. New opportunities come in. And your guides are really trying to reach out saying, hey, look at what's going on in a different way. It really is bringing in a new opportunity. And instead of going, well, that's not exactly what I wanted, like I wanted a blue car. This is a red car. Instead of being like that, not that you are, but I'm just saying, like, instead of being resistant to manifestations that are trying to come through, aligned with thought patterns, aligned with things, becoming aware of what we're saying to ourselves, becoming aware of the stories we're telling ourselves, and going like, okay, well, that's resistant. That's actually antithetical. So, okay, I'm moving things around. I'm changing how I'm thinking. I'm changing my story. I mean, if you are new to my channel, hi, my job is about teaching through storytelling. And one of the things that was so powerful to me is when I was aware of the stories I was telling myself that was keeping me in places, in relationships, in jobs, in careers that I didn't want. I was like, oh, where's that coming from? Oh, I get it. This is the job that I thought my parents would think was, wow, cool, or something like that. And I was like, I actually hate this. And so when you align with what you truly want, it looks like things are coming apart. It does. And that can be a little disconcerting. But when you see it from a new perspective, when you go, oh, yeah, actually, things are coming together. New opportunities. You have to clear space so opportunities can come in. I like the Emperor and Empress here. I feel like that's a really lovely balance. And I also feel like your guides are trying to say to you, hey, things are changing. New energies are moving in. This week we have the moon, the sun moving into Gemini. The moon is over in Sagittarius. We have a full moon on the 23rd. Sagittarius is that expansive energy, that adventurous energy. And it's, opposite the moon or the sun in Gemini. So there's a sense of like, have I manifested from my true alignment, from my optimistic place? Sagittarius, this last 6 months, because what's showing up right now is a reflection of this last 6 months. What you have in front of you is always a reflection of what you've been manifesting up until now. We are living in a 3D world, and so there is linear time here. And when we had the new moon in Sagittarius back in December, during Saggy time, what did you manifest? What were you asking for? What was your wish? What was your goal? And are you pushing that away because maybe it hasn't happened up until now? Because I feel like it's coming in. I feel like what you're manifesting is coming in. So your job right now is to not fall back into the old story of I never get what I want, because I feel like it's right around the corner. Okay, I feel like it's right around the corner and your guides are trying to get your attention. So let's go deeper into this story. If you want to continue on with me, there's a link below if this is your story. Pathfinders, we're just going to keep on going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.